You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of Lady J Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Miss Gwen, you're on.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, everyone. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Those voices that were locked up are getting ready to speak to you all. Yes, we are. No longer chained up. Gail, how are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you. Good to see everyone. Glad to be here.
Hey, we were fired up Tuesday down in the legislation, wasn't we?
Yes.
Yes, it was really nice. A lot of people showed up for the bills that we're talking about tonight. Well, okay, let's get to it. We're going to talk about tonight. We have a distinguished guest with us, first of all, Mr. James Wells. He's going to be on in a very few minutes. We're going to let him be the first speaker because we're talking about what we did Tuesday. We went down to Annapolis. Our van wasn't working, so we couldn't take a lot of people. But guess what? People who called and wanted to get on the van decided that they would find their own transportation, and two different people came down in their own transportation because and testified. So we were really in the House Tuesday for the felony murder bill. And James is going to tell you a little bit about that bill in a minute. But we want to welcome you all. We want to remind you all that this legislative session is our way of having, it's our way to know how we feel about what they're doing, to know we need them to do. This is an opportunity for us to meet the legislators, meet people who are making the laws that govern how we live. So we're taking this opportunity, and it has really been for me an enlightening adventure. And I say adventure because I never know what's going to happen from week to week, who I'm going to meet. I've met some very distinguished people. I've met some returning citizens who I probably never would have met if I hadn't gone to Annapolis. And it's been a rewarding last couple of months. And I hope that we can prepare you through these shows that we're having so that next year when the legislative session comes, we're going to have so many of you going down with us. So that's what we're looking forward to, building this platform, letting this become a movement of returning citizens, a movement of concerned citizens, a movement. So I guess we're going to talk about one of the bills that really affects a lot of people. I have friends that are serving time on because of this law, and I think Mr. James knows more about it than most of us do. So, James, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us a little bit about your experience Tuesday. Because James was people that went down Tuesday and testified eloquently about on the felony murder bill. So there you go, James. You got the floor.
Well, Tuesday was the first time that I've been to Annapolis to testify on felony murder. I came down there because I was serving time for felony murder. Matter of fact, I served 43 years, 2 months and 10 days for the felony murder doctrine. And I was there to testify, hoping that the bill can go through. And I just told my experience about what I was locked up for, and that I'm the first to tell you a little bit about my situation and why I was serving time. I'm the first person in Maryland history to be convicted of a shooting where the police shot at us and killed somebody. Now, they killed somebody because we were robbing a jewelry store. We were detected, and we came out of the jewelry store with hostages. We commandeered a police car. They shot that one up, and we commandeered another police car. They shot that one up. But we left the premises in Howard County. On our way to try to come in town, we was trying to get to security in Ingleside, and we commandeered another car. But by the time we got there, after we commandeered the third car, there was a roadblock set up. An off-duty officer was in the middle of the two cars that was on the road. And when we approached it, he fired a shotgun, hit the car a couple of times. The car slid and stopped. And about 25, 30 other police cars that were there, everybody started shooting their gun. So the sad part was that the police that were on the scene at the roadblock didn't know hostages was in the car. They thought just me and my co-defendant was in the car. So my co-defendant ended up getting out the car, and then he got shot a few times. He fell to the ground, and at that very moment, the off-duty officer that was between the two cars fired a shotgun, and the jeweler who was on the passenger side in the front seat, he was now under the steering wheel. So the officer was behind my co-defendant when he was getting out of the car, and he fired the shot. My co-defendant fell to the ground simultaneously, and the pellets from the shotgun went inside the victim's neck, and it killed him. A woman and I, who were in the back seat, we ducked down. In totality, they fired over 500 shots between all three cars. I was convicted of felony murder. And as you know, felony murder said anytime you're in commission of a felony and somebody loses their life, the premise is you're responsible because you initiated. So I was given a life sentence with the possibility of parole. At my 11th parole hearing, the victims' two daughters and their son came to my 11th parole hearing and asked that I be released. I had served enough time. That was in 2019. July the 10th, 2020, I was finally released from prison. Again, like I said, 43 years, 2 months, and 10 days later. So personally, I felt that I wouldn't have done that much time if I were white. And I voiced my opinion about how I felt at every opportunity during my incarceration. What did I do during my incarceration? Well, I took advantage of everything. When I first went to prison, I had 6th grade education. I went on to get my 8th grade certificate, GED. I have an AA degree from Essex Community College. I have a BS degree from Coppin State University, and I graduated on a Dean's List. I counseled over 5,000 kids and young inmates while I was incarcerated. And I taught reading and comprehension for over 25 years. So that's how I utilized my time. And I wrote 5 books. My first book is called Narrow Vision. My second book is called Everything Must Change. And I just published my 3rd book since I've been home. It's called An Apology to Women. And if I may add, I'm having a book signing at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center Sunday, April the 2nd from 4 to 7 p.m. Having a book signing, asking everybody to come. to support me, buy a book or buy all 3 books. Take some photos and enjoy yourself. Miss Gwen?
Well, we thank you, James. We will be there. You know that. I've got a couple books already from presentations of places that you've already been with us. This is not James's first time coming along to support what we're doing. He's been at several of our community events, but we must support each other. So that's why I want James to come on tonight, because as active as he is in trying to facilitate his new life outside, trying to learn new things, and he's continuing to write, he's continuing to speak out. We thank you. We really do. And we will continue to support you and send out information about April 4th at the Cultural Arts Center, 401 North Howard Street. April 2nd.
April the 2nd. Right. Sunday.
April 2nd.
Sunday. April 2nd.
Sunday, April 2nd.
Yes.
At the Cultural Arts Center, 401 North Howard Street.
Yes.
We will be there. What time does it start?
4 o'clock.
What time?
It starts at 4 o'clock and it stops 4 to 7. 4 to 7.
Okay. Gail?
Would you say
Gail.
the name? Would you say the name of the bill for those that didn't know what bill we went for?
Well, my understanding was Bill 850.
Yes.
We were trying to get it passed. And like I said, I came in there because it was a felony murder. I was asked to come, but and I'm glad I went. It was my first experience, and I'm hoping and praying that the bill is passed.
Another thing I would like to say.
It's called the Youth Accountability Act.
Okay.
Yes. How did you feel when you gave your testimony? I was there, and I have a opinion about how you were treated, or I think you were disrespected. But how did you feel when you gave your testimony?
Well, number one is that we have a short amount of time.
2 minutes.
We have 2 minutes my thing was, how do I speak about the incident and serving over 43 years in 2 minutes?
Yes.
So, and another thing was that Scott Schellenberger, who was against the bill, he was never put on the clock. And I was amazed that nobody said anything. And my next question was, how long has this been going on, where he's not on the clock like everybody else?
I know.
Yeah, my question was, who starts the clock?
The chair.
The chair.
They start the clock. But that's how unfair. The chair starts the clock. Yes. But guess what? We ask the same question because a lot of times what you can do is what I said to you. If you didn't get finished what you had to say, ask them, can I continue, please? Once you acknowledge and you give the chair respect to say that when the bell rings for you, you can say, your chair, I appreciate it if I could have a few more minutes to finish my my thought or could finish my sentence. You can ask for that, and usually they give it to you a couple more minutes. But he didn't even ask for it. That's just how lopsided it is with them. He didn't even ask for it. He just continued. I thought he had a half an hour almost as much as long as he talked.
Well, what happened was I looked and they never ever started the clock on him. He talked till he finished. So
that's one of the things we'll talk about online.
No, say that again.
March going, anybody contact one of us, we are going down. We will provide transportation as much as we can. If there's anybody who has a van that would like to take people down, we'd appreciate them getting in touch with us, because we're trying to have as many people down as we can. Maryland Justice Project has been really, really good with their van. Right now it's getting some repairs done, so hopefully it'll be ready in time for the 22nd, which is next week. So all we can say is what we've been doing, we need more people to come with us and do it. You'll get a good idea if you come with us on the 22nd. You'll get, that's on a Wednesday, I believe. Am I right? A Wednesday? You'll get an opportunity to go through the legislative offices, the House, and then cross the street to the Senate. You'll get to meet your delegate. You'll get to go up in your delegate's office, maybe speak to him or her. There's going to be opportunity for us to talk to the legislators directly. So I encourage, if you have the time Tuesday, if you can make the time, if you can sacrifice a day to go down with us, we would appreciate it. We want them to see that we have the support of the community. We're not just coming down there just because I'm a returning citizen or because James is a returning citizen and we got beef with the system. No, that's not why we're going down there. We're going down there because we know that we can effectively make change. We have been transformed, and we want to make sure that others get the same opportunities or more than we have already gotten. And we want them to see that, yes, even though we did as much time as we've come out with the same mind, thank the Lord, and able to be productive members of society. So we want as many people to go down and support not just the returning citizens, but it could be your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, whoever. We have children that are going down. We have some events planned for them. We have children so that they can learn what the process is early. They're welcome to come. And we want you all to know that the more the merrier. We can't get enough people to go down. We really can't. So we're hopeful that we can get as many people to join us as possible. There's some other bills besides the felony murder bill. One of the bills that Maryland Justice Project was sponsoring has gotten a pretty good reception. It's called the Prevention of Forced Infant Separation Act. And what it does is that it allows for women to go into the new pre-release center, maybe make a space for them in that new pre-release center to, once they have their babies, to stay at least a year, to bond and be able to be with their child once their baby is born. As it stands now, once your baby is born, 2 days later, you're out the hospital, you're going one way, and your baby either goes to family if you have family, and if you don't have family, goes to foster care. Many women have lost their children to foster care because they were doing 10, 15 years and they never got to know their children at all, and have had to come home and fight to learn who their children were or learn where their children were. So we're trying to put an end to that so that the bonding will be from birth. Think about how you would feel, mothers out there. So these are the kind of bills that we're trying to support. There are a couple other bills. Primary Caretakers Act. If you're the primary caretaker and you commit a minor felony or minor misdemeanor, we're going to try to see if we can place this law will allow you to stay in the community. If it's not a very serious crime, allow you to stay in the community, take care of your kids, home confinement maybe, do on weekends. There are a lot of opportunities where we're trying to keep families together so that we don't have what's going on in our house now. A lot of young displaced Black men and girls who have no sense of direction because their mother or father or grandmother was not there to raise them. So we're trying to see what we can do to keep families together. It's called family unification. We're trying to keep our families together. Gail, was there any other bills you wanted to talk about?
We need to let people know that the session is beginning to come to a close. So I believe on March 20th, they have what's known as the crossover date. And on that day, each chamber sends the other chamber those bills it intends to pass favorably. opposite chamber bills received after this date, subject to referral to the Rules Committee. So we need to get on the phone, call our senators, and tell them which bills that we would like their support on. And after that, the bills are done. So we need to get on top of this, you know. We're still fighting racism in Annapolis, and it was so blatant last week. It's sad, but I like the turnout. I like how we're motivated and we're fired up, and we're going to get this done with or without their approval. And they were adamant in what they felt they shouldn't pass. They're just as opinionated as we are, but we had a stronger voice for that bill, for the bills that we were there for, and they notice us. The House and the Senate. We were in the Senate, I believe, last week. But we have to stay on fire and get these things done. And I think Mr. Wells, you did an excellent job. I was proud of you. And for the, was that your judge that spoke?
Say it again.
Was that your judge that was against the bill?
No,
My judge?
No, it was the state's attorney of Baltimore County.
That was state's attorney of Baltimore County. He know me because I put up.
Yes. He told you good luck. I mean, you know, come on now.
He said good luck, but not too much good luck.
Yeah. He was adamant about his opinion.
Yes.
But we're just as strong about ours, you know. Yes. Thank God you're home.
Yes. And so he fought me the whole time he'd been in office.
Yes. Yes.
But that's his job.
Okay.
And that's what he told one of my comrades. Say, don't take it personal. So I'm just doing my job. This is what they hired me for.
No, he loves his job.
he really loves his job.
Yes.
Yes. He's extra.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to next week, going back and going into their offices and speaking to each one individually, you know, because we hired them to work for us. So I'm excited.
Excuse me. I'm going to take some time right now to ask anybody who's listening, get a paper and pencil. Some of the bills that we've been talking about, the Pre-Release Center, the Forced Infant Separation Act. I'm going to give you the names of some people and their telephone numbers. I want you to call them and tell them you support these bills. I sent out a lot of stuff to a lot of people today. I'm going to give you the numbers of some bills, the names of some bills, and hopefully, Lady J, I'm thinking it's called you Mother Earth, right? Lady J, if you can kind of like put it on the stroll by. We need more people to understand what's going on. Okay, Van is on the phone. She says it needs to be more people to understand how important it is to be heard and seen with voices. We will not stand down and we will not sit down. Okay, some of the people that I wanted you all to call: Senator Chris West. Wait a minute. Senator Chris West is District 42. That's Baltimore and Carroll County. His telephone number is 301. His telephone number is 301-858-3648. The next one is Senator Will Smith. He's Montgomery County, 301-858-3634. That's 301-858-3634. Delegate Akron, she's in Harford County, 301-858-3336. Senator Bill Ferguson, District 46, Baltimore City. That's 301-858-3600. That's 301-858-3600. Call these people and let them know that you support some of these bills. You can find the bills on app if you go online, MGALEG. That's Maryland General Assembly Legislature Session. MGALEG, and look the bills up. There's the medical geriatric parole bill. There's the correctional ombudsman bill. That's the bill we talked about last week that would allow you to go into the prison system and have someone go into the prison to find out exactly what's going on without unannounced visits, without it being chauffeured around or chaperoned around and only limited to what they want you to see. And there's the restorative justice bill. That bill is, let's see, bill number 27. The infant separation bill is HB 523. Call some of these people and let them know that you want them to pass and vote to pass some of this legislation because we really do need it.
The criminal law and youth accountability bill was SB 850.
Yes, SB.
And that's Senator Carter's bill.
Yes. And we also have the post-conviction review, and that was Bill 958. That was Delegate Williams. That, you know, most of you all know who your delegates are, and if you don't, it's so easy to find. All you do is go on that website that I just gave you and put your zip code in, and it'll tell your address and your zip code, and it'll tell you exactly who all your representatives are. So we don't have any excuse because we're on this show. There's some shows on other radio stations that's coming on. We're all over the place. There shows come on Monday night. Please. I'm going to see if I can, there's the information. Thank you. Yeah. Call. Let them know you support some of these bills that we're talking about. We only have a few days to make a big impression, and we're counting on you all to help us do it. Remember, Wednesday, the 22nd, we are going down in full force, not just Maryland Justice Project, Out for Justice, Life After Release, people from the NAACP going to be there. Anybody can go down and just, this is not a day that we're going to be testifying. This is a day that you're going to learn how the process works. This is a day that you'll see them in action. You don't have to, you will be able to speak to your people or on any issue that you want. You'll be able to see what really goes on to Annapolis. So I'm asking, please join us Wednesday. We're going to come back on Monday night and remind people. So, but please join us Wednesday. We need your support. We need them to know there are enough people in our community to care, that we care about each other enough to come and show up. Gail, I don't know if I'm missing anything.
We had the geriatric bill that was passed, correct? Yes.
Yes.
There's so many bills that people are unaware of. There are things going on in Annapolis that are going to be passed, and you are clueless. Until you break that law, you don't know that that law exists, and that's not always favorable on our part. Yeah, but there's It's out there, and we're learning, and we're bringing it to you. I've learned a lot since I've been there.
I know I have. Oh,
Yeah.
next thing. We will be continuing. We did it. We started before the last election, and that was registering formerly incarcerated people to vote. And I think we will. I'm going to have to mention it every show, every time I get an opportunity. The state of Maryland has been as progressive as any other state in this union. They have given us the privilege, and I say privilege because it is a privilege. It's a right, not just a favor that they're doing us. It is our right to be restored all of our rights once we are finished with our prison system sentence. So what Maryland has done is given us our rights back to us, because before you had to go through 10 years and 5 years and wait for this and wait for that. Now, as soon as you're released from physical custody inside a facility, you can register to vote. And most of you know, when you first come home and you went to get your ID, that's one of the things they told you, you could register to vote. Most of you didn't register. A lot of people still don't know that they had the right to register. But you do. You have the right to register and you have the right to vote. And now it has gotten so that because of organizations like Maryland Justice Project and Out for Justice, they've been fighting this for the last, I guess, since 2016 or 17, and making sure that people who are pre-trial, this is something new in the last couple of years, people who are pre-trial have the right to vote while they are inside our jails and detention centers. People who are serving misdemeanor sentences have the right to vote. So it's been mandated that the Department of Corrections has to supply them with that paperwork so that they can register to vote and get that paperwork to the voting authorities so that they will be registered. So Maryland is way ahead of a lot of states. I went down to Atlanta. Yeah, and Maryland is way ahead of a lot of states. So I want you all to know that we will be registering people to vote at every event that I'm at going forward. I started it back in June. Etta Myers, one of the younger ladies, was with me. Leah Green from Maryland Cure. The three of us went crisscrossing all around the state, registering people to vote. As many places as we could, registering formerly incarcerated people. Do you realize how much power we have if we could form a voting block with formerly incarcerated people, making sure that the things that we know the changes that need to be made. If we could go down and sit and talk to these legislators and let them know that we got 10,000 votes behind us, we got 5,000 votes behind what we're asking for, we'll get some of these bills passed. We'll get some of these laws. We'll get some of these changes made. So that's what we're going to be about all this spring, all this summer. So look forward to seeing us everywhere you can. And tell people, register to vote, because 2024 will be here before you know it. And we don't want to look at some of these same faces. We really don't. We want to make sure that some of these bills get passed. So if there's anything anybody like to add, Gail, James, remember, April 2nd, Cultural Arts Center.
That's right.
401 North Howard Street. Mr. James
Turtle Wells.
Mr. James Turtle Wells
Jr.
will be doing a book signing. The name of the book is Apology
and Apology to Women.
And Apology to Women.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, ladies, you know what we got to go hear what he got to say.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm hoping that everybody show up.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit? I know you don't want to give it away, the book, but what is the book about?
Well, the book is written. You're gonna read a number of stories.
Okay.
The book is written to suggest to women what to do in the interaction with a man, and it's written for men to suggest what not to do. So I think there's a number of stories there. There's the author's notes in the back, and it's a compilation of my writings. I'm also featuring Dennis Wise, better known as Hakeem. He has a story in there.
Okay. So we're gonna look forward to seeing you April 22nd. I'm sorry, not April 22nd.
Please don't mess that date up, Gwen.
April 2nd.
Let me help you out.
Yeah.
Sunday, April the 2nd, from 4 to 7 p.m. There will be a light buffet starting serving at 4 p.m. And I will be reading an excerpt from my book at 5:30. So there's going to be photos. There's going to be a man there taking pictures. There's going to be some people that's taking pictures of the audience. And come out and enjoy yourself and buy some books. All three of my books will be on display. My first one, Neural Vision. My second one, Everything Must Change. And my newly published book, An Apology to Women. Please come out and support. Okay. Thank you.
Before you come out and support, come down there with us on April 22nd.
No, April the 2nd.
No, I'm sorry. March 22nd, I want you to come with us down to Annapolis. March 22nd.
Okay. Okay.
And we leave it's going to start early in the morning, so you have to get up early. March 22nd, we're going to be leaving, going to Annapolis for our day of advocacy. Today, those names that you see at the bottom, call those people, let them know. Thank you, Lady J. See, it's up there in writing. I don't have to mess it up for you, Turtle. I won't mess it up. Yes.
Okay.
So
thank you.
But we need you all to show up at both places, but especially show up for Mr. Wise. Okay, you said Dennis Wise is going to be there.
Hopefully, Dennis is going to be there. But I'm just saying that he has a chapter in the book. I'll be speaking.
Okay.
I'll be speaking. Okay. Just me.
Oh, I'm glad to see him if he does. But anyway, like I said, we're going to be there to support you. We're going to be telling everybody from now until April 2nd.
Thank you. Yeah, April 2nd. Sunday, April 2nd.
Yes. Lady J, we were really impressed with your last guest on the show before ours. Toy is an awesome lady. Yes, she is. We really enjoyed listening to her discuss her relationship with her husband. Those are the kind of people that we have out here who can impact these young girls who don't have a clue, some of them, because they weren't raised by their moms or their grandmothers. They were just allowed to grow up. And there's a difference between growing up and being raised. So you got some mamas out here, as Miss Leah Green always says, we need to be giving that mama talk to our young men and our young girls. So we thank you, Toy. We thank you. What was your young lady's name, Gail? Oh, goodness.
Gabrielle,
yes. We thank them for their input for the earlier show. Lady J, you're doing an awesome job. These shows are going to be what's going to help bring our communities together. If there are topics that you'd like us to talk about, call that number 443-297-4753 and tell us what we need to be talking about.
Gwen, I thank you, Lady J, and Monica for going down to City Hall the other day for the rally that they had there, and getting the message out to everyone. I thank you for that.
That was awesome. That was awesome last night. Yes. Uh, Cold as I don't know what. Woo! I'm so glad the weather changed today. But we were down there in front of City Hall with 25 of the most influential advocacy workers in the city. These are people who are advocating for uh, safer streets, um, mothers of murdered children. It was so many different people down there. Um, Lady J,
Yes,
are you there?
I'm here.
Can you speak on some of the people that were there? Because some of them are old timers, and a lot of people would know who they are.
Oh yeah. It was Bill Gooden. Um, we had Doc Cheatham there. Also had Monica was actually there. We had the People's Power Assembly was there. We were teenagers. I'm sorry, let me turn this off. People's Power Assembly was there. We also had J. Wendell Gordon, who's a very prominent attorney here in Baltimore. We had Eurypsy Morgan. She used to be on WBAL. I'm trying to think who else was there.
What was the other lady name? She has the transitional houses.
Oh, Christina Flowers. Yeah, Christina Flowers was there.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
they Dr. Humphrey was also there. He's the head of the trauma unit here in Baltimore, so he was there. And I thought I had the list of. Oh, here it is, right here. And we had
And
Chrissy
the purpose
Brown.
is to
It was a transparency accountability rally, trying to make sure that these the some of the things that are going on in Baltimore, like the high water bill, the electric bill, and DPW, a lot of things that are going on in the city. So education. So they had people here speaking on different things, and Giovanni Patterson was there, Alex McCamey, Zalika Bazemore, Tyrone Bose, Linda Batts, Eartha Harris, C.D. Witherspoon, and his son was excellent. Sarah Matthews, Sean Sims, Michael Johnson, um, Lucky Crosby, Leo Burrows, Senator Barbara Robinson was there, Mark Cannon. Um, Also had Crystal Parker was there as well. So they were all of the people that were given an opportunity to speak on different things that are going on in the city.
and and
And
and
you
and what was great about it was that each person had a different topic, and I was really impressed with Crystal Parker because what she talked about was the shameful way that we got treated on election day last year. The last previous election in West Baltimore, sites for voting places that had been in the same place for the last 30 years were changed. Uh, People had to be transported from one area of town to another area to get an opportunity to vote. It was shameful what was done to us. So we're going to be talking about that between now and the next election. Things like that, things that we need to start early. We can't wait to the last minute because these people they got some stuff prepared for us. We saw it at the last election. It was shameful what happened. People, especially seniors who had been going certain places to vote, those voting polls were closed with no notice, and people had to be transported. People volunteered to transport people to other places. Thank goodness we have those kind of good citizens out there who were willing to pitch in and help. But there were is look at I mean every person had a different issue that they talked about. The water bills, people's water bills used to be $125 every 3 or 4 months. Now they $300, $400 a month. We've got to make these people know we cannot let them just do anything to us. So the way we do it, we come together, we rally, we speak out, we go down to Annapolis. Not only Annapolis, we started City Hall like we did last night in the cold. And I mean, it was cold last night. Woo, I was freezing. But we stood there and we talked, and we got an opportunity to share what the grievances are in this city. And we also put our leaders in this city on notice. If there's such a thing as recall, There's such a thing as limited term limits in Baltimore now. All kinds of stuff that Fox News have put out.
Mm-hmm. You have a call, Miss Green.
All kinds that
You got
got
a call.
promoted. But
You got
yeah,
a call.
I didn't hear you.
You have a caller.
Okay, who's that caller? Caller?
And hi, it's Gail. And hi to the gentleman that's speaking out is having an event at the Cultural Arts Center. I want to say April the 2nd. Am I saying that correct?
Yes, April the 2nd.
Yes.
4 to 7
Who
p.m.
are we speaking to?
Say it again. So you have that at the Cultural Arts Center, you said?
Yes, Cultural Arts Center Sunday, April the 2nd, 4. It starts at 4 to 7 p.m.
Okay, so I am, so my name is Miss Green, and I am a part of the station. And so I am the cooker at the Cultural Arts Center. So that's why I heard when you said Cultural Arts Center, you rung a bell to me. So just wanted to put that out there to you.
Oh, okay.
And I cook good, by the way. I'm an excellent cooker.
She can cook.
And so what I wanted to put out there, I really appreciate what Ms. Gwen and the team is doing, what Doc is doing, bringing everybody together, the people that comes with her. And I'm praying that more people come out for what's important, because, you know, we can get so caught up easily in bad habits and stay stuck there because we don't know no better, because what we're doing is not interesting to them until it happens on the other side in their family, if not to themselves, to come aboard to see what we're doing. Don't wait too late, like Ms. Gwen said, and reach out for help when it's already done and it's done and said. So we can prevent that from happening if everybody just get together and just, as I stated on my show Wednesday, what happened about walking arm to arm, hand to hand, and putting our concerns out there? When will Baltimore City residents and community say enough is enough or I'm tired? Don't use those words and say it when something happens and then you want to point the blame and the finger because you're confused and really you only want it because what you hear or something just happened. Look at our school system. Look at our seniors. Look at the markets closing down. Look at the food stamps that's being cut. You know, and we right here in Baltimore City, and things are happening over countries and seas, and our president is giving donations and food and monies and funds to them, and we right here in Baltimore City. We at our own war. There's no war coming over here. We at our own war because we're allowing this to continue to happen to us. So me being a part of going down to Annapolis, it has really opened up my eyes and educated me more to life. I have a husband that's incarceration right now. I've been fighting with him for 20 years, trying to get him out for wrongfully convicted. You know, the officer, detective that allegedly arrested him, what makes him any different from the rest of them, the task force, that they went in their background, investigated them versus him. But I'm not going to stop pushing. I'm not going to stop being a voice because I'm damn sure not an echo. And I'm going to keep pushing for men just like my husband. You know, that's what I just wanted to say. I appreciate everybody on this platform. I appreciate Doc for allowing us to use her platform. It's going to grow. It's going to get better. But, you know, what I'm doing, or what I'm doing it with, it doesn't stop me from not being a voice. One day, somebody, everybody is going to hear and they're going to come together. Don't do it when you want to, when things happen to another state, another city, and then y'all want to come and tear down your own city where you live at, burn the stores down, tear up the houses, vandalize everything. And then y'all want, then you got to wait later to fix up the neighborhood.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all.
yeah. You too, Van, always. Yes. All right. I think that's about wraps it up for us tonight, ladies, gentlemen. I appreciate you, Mr. Wells, coming on. I know it was short notice, but you're always prepared. So I knew it wouldn't be a problem or issue. Okay, Gail, thank you for your support, especially today.
Thank you.
Listen, we're going to get ready to get off now. Lady J, is there anything else you wanted to say before we give a shout out to everybody and say good night? We are, like I said, remember April 22nd. Sorry, March 22nd and April the 2nd. April 2nd, 2.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
I'm
April.
tired, y'all.
Yeah, April the 2nd.
Got to be the book signed at the Cultural Arts Center. But we're going to be talking about it between now and then. Up until then, we'll be talking about it.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. So, Lady J, we're going to say good night. Look forward to talking to you all, seeing you all next week. Remember to call those people. Call your senator. Call your delegate. Good night.
Good night.
Love you.
Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore online radio, where the people have the power.